The biodome shattered above Zia's head, raining crystalline fragments across the Martian outpost. Through the breach, he could see the Drakthar warship descending like a blade of obsidian against the rust-colored sky. "All pilots to stations!" The command crackled through his helmet comm, but Zia was already sprinting toward the hangar bay. His heart hammered against his ribs, not from fear of the alien invaders, but from the knowledge that she would be there. Elsa stood beside her interceptor, her iridescent scales catching the emergency lights in shades of violet and gold. She was Drakthar, one of the feared dragon women whose people had conquered 17 star systems in as many years. But she was also a widow, her mate lost in humanity's desperate counteroffensive at Proxima Station 3 months ago. She'd defected the day after, brought intelligence, saved thousands of human lives. Zia had never spoken to her, never dared approach. The other pilots whispered that dragon women could sense fear through biochemical markers in the air, that they viewed humans as soft-skinned children playing at war. Pilot Zia, her voice was like crystal chimes over gravel. "You will fly my wing today." It wasn't a question. His mouth went dry. "Ma'am, I'm only certified for..." "The Drakthar destroyer carries thermal lances that can vaporize your fighters before you achieve firing range." Elsa's golden eyes fixed on him, unblinking. "Your commanders do not understand this, I do. You will follow my lead precisely or you will die. We will all die." The hangar shook as the first lance strike hit the northern quadrant. Zia felt the heat through his flight suit even from half a kilometer away. "Move, young pilot, now." They launched into the thin Martian atmosphere side by side. Zia's fighter felt like a toy compared to Elsa's sleek Drakthar interceptor, a ship she'd claimed as war spoils but modified with human weapon systems. His tactical display showed 12 other human fighters forming up, ready to engage the destroyer in a standard attack pattern. "Break formation," Elsa commanded over the squadron channel. "You cannot penetrate their shields with frontal assault." "Negative, Dragon," came the wing commander's terse reply. "We follow established protocols. Then you follow established death." Zia watched in horror as the squadron charged forward exactly as they'd trained. The destroyer's thermal lances painted the sky in brilliant white. 7 fighters simply ceased to exist. The remaining 5 scattered, their attack run broken, with me, Zia. Elsa's fighter dove, skimming barely 20 meters above the Martian surface, kicking up clouds of red dust. Drakthar shields are omnidirectional, but they cannot modulate rapidly. We exploit the timing. Zia followed, his hands slick inside his gloves. He'd never flown this low, this fast. One miscalculation and he'd be a crater. "Dragon women do not pilot alone," Elsa said, her voice softer now, meant only for him. "We fly in mated pairs. Each knows the other's thoughts, anticipates, trusts absolutely." She banked hard left around a canyon wall. Zia mirrored her, his reflexes taking over. "Your human commanders think me a traitor. Perhaps I am. But I will not see another widow maid today. Do you understand, young pilot?" "Yes, ma'am." "Then match my rhythm. Feel my movements. Become my shadow." The destroyer loomed above them, its underbelly exposed as it turned to target the scattered human fighters. Elsa's flight pattern changed, no longer evasive but graceful, almost hypnotic. She wove through the air in spirals, figure eights, patterns that seemed to flow like water. Zia stopped thinking. He let his hands follow hers, his mind reaching across the void between their craft. She rose, he rose. She rolled, he rolled. They moved as one organism, 2 wings of the same bird. "Now," Elsa whispered. They fired simultaneously. Zia's plasma torpedoes, human weapons, struck the destroyer's shield at the precise millisecond Elsa's quantum disruptors hit from the opposite angle. The shield flickered, collapsed in on itself like a dying star. The remaining human fighters saw their opening and took it. Missiles screamed through vacuum. The destroyer's hull erupted in flame and depressurization. As they landed, Zia's hands were shaking. He'd never flown like that before. Never even known he could fly like that. Elsa was waiting beside his fighter when he climbed down. For the first time, she smiled, a terrifying expression with too many teeth, but genuine. "You flew well, young pilot. Like a dragon's mate." She paused, something like sadness crossing her scaled features. "I could not save my own. But today I saved yours. All of you soft-skinned humans who fight with more courage than sense." Zia found his voice. "Why did you choose me?" "Because you were the only one who looked at me and saw a widow instead of a monster." She turned toward the debriefing center, then glanced back. And because your weapon did not fail me when I needed it most. In my culture, this creates a bond. You are no longer just a pilot, Zia. You are my pilot. She walked away, leaving Zia standing in the Martian dust, understanding that humanity's survival might depend not on defeating the dragon women, but on learning to fly beside them, to trust across the vast gulf of species and circumstance. He touched his fighter's hull, still warm from atmospheric friction, and smiled. His weapon had not failed, and neither had he.